I'm about to watch Spirited Away for the first time. I don't know much about it. It'll be good. I'm recording this. I'm recording this. I'm vlogging. And I'm watching it with people. It'll be good. Yeah, it'll be good fun. Hi! This is gonna be a 5-minute-ish, hopefully, analysis video of what I thought of Spirited Away because I just saw it for the first time. I've never seen it before. I knew very little about the movie going in, and I should probably switch. I should probably switch the computer. Actually, one moment. I really liked how the film starts off, and you don't really know what's. Well, you know kind of what's going on, but you feel almost alone. You feel like, okay, this place is kind of abandoned. It feels like a forgotten place. And for me, I was setting up in my head, I was like, okay, this film's going to be, for maybe most of the film, or maybe the first half of the film, it's going to be just the girl, maybe exploring this world. I knew her parents got turned into pigs, so I thought that would happen, and then she'd just be exploring this forgotten world, and slowly things would start building up. But the film really changes pace. This quality is terrible, actually. Maybe I can change it. Okay, I think I fixed it. The film really changes pace when as soon as Haku comes onto screen, and he's like, he just, when he appears, I felt really surprised. For some reason, him appearing in a world that seemed forgotten, this whole place seemed like it shouldn't exist. Not exist, but like it should be abandoned. Him appearing was so early on, especially, was it really well done. I'm focused. Was a really cool twist, really cool. And even though I don't think most people would see it as a twist, when you set up a world that feels very alone, and you have someone appear, that felt surprising to me, and I really liked how they did that, and that was the perfect way to transition into this new world, this sort of spirited world, I suppose, and that was really cool. And I also like how hidden I'm gonna say we when I refer to Chihiro, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, we feel like we are also small. We feel like we are have to kind of avoid everyone else. Like there's this big world that exists now. This little, I'm gonna say it's a town space. It feels like maybe a little spirit town, and we only are stuck on the outskirts of it. We have to like kind of crawl around the stairs. We kind of have to climb up ladders, and we have to like avoid people. That's really cool. We know this world exists, and it sort of makes the world even more interesting because we can only see it from like behind. There's a part where we're going up an elevator and we stop at one floor and we see things, so we don't really know. Closes, and that's not really talked about again, I don't think. Maybe something alluded to it later on and I didn't notice. I'm sure this movie would be a joy to rewatch, but it was also a joy to watch on the first time. The scene with the guy with the many hands, and you slowly realize, wow, he's got long hands, long arms. Those little creatures that were eating the star bits, little kind of things, very cool. And I love how we transitioned from the sort of that stair scene where she's so nervous just from climbing the stairs to seeing this guy, and she's nervous at this whole situation. She feels very out of her element. Then we elevator. We meet more characters that just surprised me. So interesting. Each character was very memorable. And that's really tough to do. We really went through a lot and we explored it felt like we only explored a small fraction of this world. And I think that's what Spirited Away really did best. We only explore a small fraction of this world. But as we see quite later on in the movie, and just from the way it's framed, it feels like the world is way, way bigger than we see. And that's the strength, I think. I think that's the strength of this movie. And it is helped by the character, the main character, feeling so grounded and so far away from everything else. And slowly, she feels confident enough to put herself in this world. Near the end of the movie, she chooses to go on a train far away from the only familiar place she knows. And it's really interesting. And it's really cool. Um, I don't want to talk about this for too long, but I really like the movie. Is there anything I didn't like too much? Um, I feel like the pacing was really well done. The animation was really good. The expressions really nice. I love there were some parts where they shivered. There's more cool scenes I could talk about, like the flower scene or like any scene involving No Face. Um, but I'm trying to think of something that I didn't like as much. I think what makes this movie quite good, great, I feel like for many people, is the fact that anything that I can think of is very minor. Like the twin, which maybe could have looked a little bit different to discern the difference between them. Maybe not immediately discern, but like later on when you see her again discern. But it's not too big of a deal. There was maybe it would have been cool to have like a few more days of Chihiro working in like the sauna area, but that's not even a big deal. Because we still get enough, and it still feels real. It still feels correct, even though that would have been nice. It wasn't needed. So fair for them to not really have that. It might have made things feel a little smoother just for me personally, but I don't think that's really a critique of the whole film. I can't really think of anything major that I would change. The ending, where you feel, where we find out what happened, how she knew Haku. Oh my gosh, I forgot her name. Was quite interesting. I don't think it was a bad idea to do it like that. Surprisingly, like usually when it comes from nowhere and it's like, oh, that's just how they know each other. It might have been weird, but I think I really liked how it worked out. Maybe a bit more focus on that could have been nice. But again, not really a big deal because it still really worked out. I quite liked it. I'm really glad I was able to watch it. And yeah, those are my immediate thoughts on the movie. There's probably more stuff I could even talk about, but I think it'd be a good movie to rewatch as well. I think this is what I'd be fine with rewatching like once or twice. That Pixar lamp, very cool. Uh, yeah, good movie. I'm glad I watched it. I'm excited to watch more movies that I've never seen before. So, thank you for watching. Mwah.